Good evening, class. We are so close to the end, the AracKnight Chapter 3. We have nearly 4 pages to go, and we're already leaning into our pages from last class. We'll be taking a look at Prowl No More, and Prowler throws fucking Spider-Man out the window. Literally, the cover is the entire story. Prowler throws Spider-Man out the fucking window. Now, when we last left off, pages 19 and 20, cutting back to Dr. O still in his monstrous machine state, we see him lighting up a cigar amidst the chaos and mess of bodies and carnage around him. He smokes and looks upon the carnage while one of his minions approaches. Are there any more of them out there? No, Doctor. They're all disposed. Would you like us to destroy the bodies, or do you prefer to use them as specimens? As much as it would amuse me, leave the bodies here. The mayor is on to us. We cannot stay. The minions all scatter save for one, while the doctor barks orders. Clear the facilities of all cakes and streams. Set all equipment for self-destruct. We will meet at the rendezvous point and begin our takedown of the city. I had hoped Osborn would acquiesce. Instead, he must be destroyed. We see one of the tentacles pull a lever next. Pull a lever next to the specimen tank holding the lizard, shutting it down. Another time, my friend. Did you take the blood and tissue samples from this... I don't like this from this thing. From this creature. Yes, sir. Shall I prepare the slip ship, Doctor? Do you want us to mobilize the tower? No. Go about your tasks. And clear the lab. Leave the creature to its fate. I will face the mayor alone. We cut to a close-up of the sinister grin of Mayor Osborn, which matches the sinister grin of Dr. O, almost showing them like split-screen Hulk shot of each other like two sides of the same issue. Evacuate the building. Emergency protocol. We pan out and see Norman entering a private lair in his tower. We can see various weapons and even some Easter egg ancient creepy goblin masks, showing some of his backstory or mysterious link to a cult. Something to play with. Spider-Man and Commissioner Stacy speak over the panel. Commissioner Stacy, only you can convince the mayor to let me have access to his tech. Oscorp is right up there with Stark during the war, but apparently he's MIA, and the mayor won't welcome me with open arms. So why not lose the mask and come clean? If you claim you're being used in this game, you may just earn his trust, and mine. With all due respect, Commissioner, I wear the mask because this adventure is not about me. It's not about fame or fortune, which seems to be the ongoing theme of Empire City. So then what is it, son? I get paid to do this. What's your motivation? I was blessed with great power, Commissioner, but what some may call a curse, I call a compulsion. We close in on the prized piece of Norman's weapons gallery. Give me one more line here. For, regardless of what Empire City has taken from me, it's still my home. I like that. We close in on the prized piece of Norman's weapons gallery, his goblin cave, if you will. We see him staring at his goblin glider, which is on display and shining a brilliant platinum color as it still looks like it hasn't been turned on as of yet. Norman stares at it with awe and ambition. I was blessed with great power, Commissioner, but some may call it a curse. Call it a curse. But what some may call a curse, I call a compulsion. For regardless of what Empire City has taken from me, it's still my home. I like that line. Brings us to page 20. Like a monster rising out of the deep, we see Dr. O rising from the docks in his full tentacled mode, crawling to the surface like the creature from the Black Lagoon, as effects of the water cresting off his construction. Whatever we're up against, I'll be glad to be on the right side, if that side even exists, because both combatants in this colossal tussle plan to use the city as their battleground. We see a close-up shot of Dr. O, looking determined and angry as he sets forward towards Oscorp Tower. His tentacles stretch and maneuver around the buildings, as effects of the tentacles moving and maneuvering. You're right, son. There is no right side in this one. The doctor has legitimate beef with the mayor, and the mayor will claim he was doing what was best for the city. And with the alternatives lying below us, he will have the backing of the people. He almost looks like King Kong as he stalks through the city streets with the car almost crashing into him, as effects of the car nearly skidding into him. with cars, not with a car. With traffic. With traffic almost crashing into him. Where's my fucking keyboard here? Here we go. With traffic almost crashing into him. SFX of the car nearly skidding. SFX of the traffic. Of the traffic skidding. And nearly crashing in his path. It will come down to the man versus the monster. But what if the mayor was exposed for his methods? And you would make a valuable enemy. Now I'm understanding the mask. I can have one made for you, Commissioner. So a nice little back and forth between the two of them. They're heading to the scene of the crime. We see Dr. O arrive at the base of Oscorp Tower. Dr. O seemingly lights up in his bubble shell. So tell me your plan, son. You use me to convince the mayor to use his weaponry, which he more than likely will agree to, since he secretly wants you to take him down. Since he secretly wants you to take down which he more than likely will agree to, since he secretly wants you to take down this clown. So tell me your plan, son. You use me to convince the mayor. You use me to convince the mayor to use his weaponry, which he more than likely will agree to, since he secretly wants you to take down this clown, to take down his adversary. Since he secretly wants you to clean up his mess. So tell me your plan, son. You use me to convince the mayor to use his weaponry, which he more than likely will agree to, since he secretly wants you to clean up his mess. Problem is, after that, you're in his debt. Just like King Kong, Dr. O scales the side of the tower like a giant spider monster, crushing pieces of the tower during his ascension. SFX of the crushing pieces of building under the weight of the grasping tentacles. That's the beauty of the mask, Commissioner. I could take down the mayor with my other face. And what resources would you use then? We see the POV perspective of Norman Osborn as he stands in his office at the top of the tower, waiting for the doctor to arrive for their confrontation. You can play the detective when this is all over, Commissioner. Perhaps you can even sit down for a pot of tea. Maybe even invite that daughter of yours along. Harumph. Which brings us to this class's assignment, page 21 and 22, so close to the finish line. Let's have a puff. Let's have a water. Let's have some comic book mining. So we know what we want to do here. Let's move our notes. We got some notes here. Norman will be stalling him, even offering him his old job back, even offering him Oscorp Tower. Just as there's negotiating, Osborn will have an airstrike take out Dr. O. Upon inspection, they will discover that the doctor is in fact a decoy robot. And the tentacles will then jut out and crash into Oscorp's communication and broadcast Norman's crimes, thereby destroying him. All right. We could save. As a matter of fact, he's not even getting him. He's not even injecting him. Planning to drop the city, wants to sink Empire City, which he plans to destroy. A la Final Fantasy VII. The lizard is still in the... Let's get rid of him injecting him with the serum. We don't need that shit anymore. Don't think we're going to be using that. So let's take this out. Put that here at the bottom of 22. See, this is what we're using right now for this page. We have Dr. Octopus crawling up the side of the building. Spider-Man and Commissioner Stacy are talking over it. We see the POV perspective of Norman Osborn as he stands in his office at the top of the tower, waiting for the doctor to arrive. So the idea is I'm telling the artist I want to see from the top of like Norman's head staring down at the doctor crawling up for him. So let's lay it out. So we kind of know what we want to do. Today we do 21 and 22. We'll have one class left to close this out, and then we will move on to the fourth and final chapter. Dude. Jadu. Jadu. Got a little showdown here between Norman. It's good we involve other characters. All right, what are we doing? So, okay. With the only thing separating them, a thick pane of glass. Dr. O of glass tower and glass shell. Dr. O and Norman stare each other down. Close up on Dr. O. Close up on Norman. We see a strike team of small airships, airpods, swoop down and open fire on Dr. O. Shattering the glass bubble and seemingly taking him out. Dr. O plummets from the top of the tower, a la King Kong. All the drones and spotlights follow as the doctor seemingly plummets to his death, crashing at the base of the tower below, while Commissioner Stacy and Spiderman pull up. All right, so we've laid out the page. Now we just need some dialogue. He's going to be stalling him. Our dialogue is here. Norman will be stalling him, offering his old job back, even offering Oscorp Tower. But just like there's negotiating, Osborn will have an airstrike take out Dr. O. Upon inspection, they will discover the Doctor is in fact a decoy robot, and the tentacles will then jut out and crash into Norman's communications and broadcast Norman's crimes, thereby destroying him. All right, we're probably going to put all this on the next page. But let's get it done. Let's do it till we say screw it. Let's mine the comic book and see what we come up with. So, the Prowler was introduced as Hopi Brown. Very good window cleaners get screwed over by the man. Decided to use his innovations in window cleaning to enter a life of crime. Peter tried to jump in and do a little photography assignment. Prowler threw him out the fucking window. Now the poor bastard's feeling guilty and said, dude, I just tossed this fucking white dude out the fucking window. I'm a murderer. So the one thing we get here, of course, is that by the end of our 2 pages here, Dr. O is about to expose Norman Osborn as the murderer he is. So the Prowler's got to climb up here. So we have some climbing. We got some shit going on. Spider-Man's going to fuck with him. Prowler's going to kick him in the face. Fall down the fucking hill. Our earliest shot of Spawn. This is what basically Todd McFarlane got Spawn from. Well, Todd McFarlane always had Spawn, but this is where he came up with Spawn's costume. Absolutely no doubt. We got to pull up that fucking cover. So these two are going to fight. He says, Spider-Man shouldn't have stopped me. I'm feeling pretty guilty. I just tossed the fucking dude out a goddamn window, and you gotta fuck with me. I got roof tar. I'm shooting gas in your face. Now you smell like ass. He's gotta fight him. He's choked out. He's about to fall. What do we got here? So remember, he made me forget about Gwen ditching me for Flash Thompson. So now this idiot thinks that Gwen doesn't love him anymore. When I tumbled to the window, Spider-Man was nearby, and he grabbed me, saving my life. Thank heaven you're okay, son. The webhead, did you get any pictures of him? You look bushed, kid. None of them managed to run into Spider-Man as often as him. Punk kid, would it have killed him to bring me back some pics? Lay off. We got a whole staff of photographers. So now he's not feeling too good. He passes out in the bed. He's dreaming about the fucking Prowler. He's dreaming about goddamn Jake Jonah Jameson. He can't stop thinking about all these people. Hopi is still feeling guilty, but then he realizes, shit, I gotta go fucking find Hopi Brown, tell him he didn't really kill Peter Parker. Gwen! Good old Gwen. Pete, why you gotta be a dick? So fucking frustrating. He's gonna go out there and try to get some pictures. He's gotta make some film. He breaks into a little lab. He steals a little fucking picture or two. He leaves a card. Leaves a little cash. Couple of bucks here for the film, for the webbing, for the computers, for the Smith brothers, for everybody. Stealing cameras. Spider-Man's a thief. The Prowler's a thief. Shoots him in the face. Shoots him in the ass. Shoots him here. Shoots in ladders. Out the window. He's gonna get him. He's not gonna get him. Pulls the mask off. They have a little conversation. That's all I wanted was a chance to use my talent to help people. But no one listened. No one cared. That's always been the trouble. No one ever cares. So go ahead, lock me up. What's the difference? What does it make? He lets him go. The return of the mysterious chameleon. Now, we can't really use this. We've used this already. We used this comic book. We went back here earlier on where we were writing about the chameleon. So in a way, we already used this comic book. So let's kind of go through it really quick and see if there's anything else we can use. Now, Flash Thompson's here. Peter and Flash kind of get into it, and Peter's such a dick. And he's like, dude, you're an asshole, dude. All I kept on saying was how good a chick Gwen is. So he's got to call Gwen and apologize. She agrees to meet up with him again. Let's go to the fucking museum. You and me will come along. We're your best pals. Let's go see Star Trek together. It's good to see Peter making friends. And, of course, I believe this is Professor Warren. Why are you looking at me with it, Peter? I just realized how much I missed you, Gwendy. And we have George Stacy. But he ignores them, which leads them to believe, holy shit, it's got to be the fucking chameleon. It's got to be the chameleon who got knocked out. We used this already because the idea was that the chameleon was pretending to be different people, killing the face off, fucking with Spider-Man. So we used this comic book already earlier on. Which issue was it? It's been so long I've forgotten about it, but it can only have been the chameleon. I thought it was Spider-Man #1. Spider-Man realized this is a cool issue because in the end, what happens is Spider-Man busts in when he's chasing the chameleon, and he sees Peter Parker. Knowing full well that he's Peter Parker, he knocks the fucking Peter Parker out and realizes that Peter Parker is pretending to be the chameleon. It's actually pretty cool. He's going through the ventilator shafts. Now, we can do this. We can actually see, now we have something we could use. Now I have a way to break in on that meeting. Spider-Man could use the shafts. The elevator shafts to sneak into Oscorp Tower. Look out, it's Spider-Man. Somebody call the police. He's in here. He knows the chameleon's there. He's fucking people up. Everyone's fighting. Jonah's there, says shoot him. Oh, I always said that. Don't try to blame me for letting a killer go away. Do you know who I am? I was hoping you ask. You're a loudmouth, beetle brain, chicken liver, nincompoop, and that's only beginning. You, to me? You say that to me? Spiderman goes to the elevator shaft. That's his way up, of course, through Oscorp Tower. And when he beats up on Peter Parker, that's when he realizes Peter Parker is, in fact, the fucking chameleon. I always liked this was a good issue. This was well written. But we've already used it. So we're going to be using 2 comic books there. And we come back, we will mine the kangaroo. But I think I know what we want to do here. Going through those issues. Norman Osborn. Good evening, Doctor. How nice to see you alive. How nice to see you. How nice to see you survived your ordeal. Good evening, Doctor. How nice to see you survived your ordeal. You left me to die after stealing my knowledge. Going to save you. I'm going to save you this slaying. I'm going to save you this slaying. Close up on Dr. O. No, let's say close up on Norman first. Doing his best. Stall. Dr. O. And then what is next in your master plan? And then what is next in your master plan? After you slay me, do you really think the citizens of this city, after you slay me, do you really think the citizens of this city will bow down and call you king? That radiation did more than warp your body. That radiation did more than slice your torso. It's like he's got to dig at him. He's got to fuck with him. He's got to get him angry. He's got to keep him off guard here. And what is next in your master plan? After you slay me, do you really think the citizens of this city will bow down and call you king? That radiation did more than lose your legs and take your legs. That radiation did more than take your legs. It's rotted your brain. Close up on Dr. O, listening to Norman's proposal. I like this. We're having fun. We're having fun now. I know you've worked. I know you've worked very hard to get to this point. I know you worked very hard to get to this point, Doctor. I will admit that you are currently in checkmate. So allow me to offer an olive branch as a way of negotiating. I'm negotiating for my life and those of this city. And those of this city who I serve. I know you worked very hard to get to this point, Doctor, and I will admit that you are currently in checkmate. So allow me to offer an olive branch as a way of negotiating for my life and those of the city who I serve. He's trying to be all poignant. He knows the cameras are watching. Close up on Dr. O listening to Norman's proposal. What if I give you your old job back? What if I give you complete control of Oscorp Tower to be your new home? Be your new home, your new base of operations. You're not the only one with the self-destruct button, Doctor. You're not the only one with a self-destruct button, Doctor. This technology that you've built, that I've mastered, be ashamed to waste. We see a strike team of small AirPods swoop down and open fire on Dr. O. It would be ashamed to waste. So let's get back to this speech real quick. I know you've worked very hard to get to this point, Doctor, and I will admit that you are currently in checkmate. So allow me to offer an olive branch as a way of negotiating for my life and those of this city who I serve. What if I give you your old job back? What if I give you complete control of Oscorp Tower? What if I give you complete control of Oscorp Tower? Be your new home, your new base of operations. To be your new home, your base of operations. You're not the only one with a self-destruct button, Doctor. This technology that you've built, that I've mastered, it would be a shame to waste. We see a strike team of small AirPods swoop down and open fire. On second thought, open fire. On second thought, open fire. We see a strike team of small AirPods swoop down and open fire on Dr. O. SFX of the firing on the Doctor. Shattering the glass bubble and seemingly taking him out, Dr. O plummets from the top. Shattering the glass bubble and seemingly taking him out. Doesn't plummet yet. Dr. O is seemingly riddled with bullet holes, while Norman looks on, maniacally smiling. SFX of the gunfire and carnage. and glass shattering. We have the open fire, and we can have Norman has to taunt them. Norman definitely has to fucking taunt them. You are pure evil, Dr. Octopussy. Your kind has no place, and your kind has no place in either Empire City and your kind has no place in either Empire City or the wasteland below. So, on behalf of all my constituents, go to hell. Go to hell. And stay a while. Go to hell and stay a while. I like that. It's very Joker-esque. All the drones and spotlights follow as Dr. O seemingly plummets to his death, a la King Kong, crashing at the base of the tower below while Commissioner Stacy and Spider-Man pull up. Dr. O Dr. O crashes. Or do we want him crashing on the next page there? What do we have here in terms of action? Face off, close up, close ups. We could have a seventh panel here. On second floor, open fire. They open fire on him, shattering the glass. He gets all riddled full of bullets. All the drones and spotlight follow as Dr. O seemingly plummets to his death down the tower, a la King Kong. Let's save that for the next page. Dr. O crashes at the base of the tower. Now, he should crash on the next page. Let's see what we have here. Let's see what we can play with here. Because the riddle full of bullet holes, you can really have some King Kong fun with that. Yeah, let's King Kong this fucking page. With the only thing separating them from a thick pane of glass and the glass shell, thick pane of glass tower and glass shell, Dr. O and Norman stare each other down. Good evening, Doctor. How nice to see you survived your ordeal. You left me to die after stealing my knowledge. I'm going to save you the slave. Close up on Norman doing his best to stall Dr. O. And then what is next in your master plan? After you slay me, do you really think the citizens of this city will bow down and call you king? That radiation did more than take your legs. It's rotted your brain. I know you've worked very hard to get to this point, Doctor, and I will admit that you are currently in checkmate. So allow me to offer an olive branch as a way of negotiating for my life and those of this city who I serve. What if I give you your old job back? What if I give you complete control of Oscorp Tower to be your new home, your base of operations? You're not the only one with a self-destruct button, Doctor. This technology that you've built, that I've mastered, it would be a shame to waste. On second thought, open fire! As effects, we see the strike team of small AirPods swoop down and open fire on Dr. O. As effects of the firing on the Doctor, shattering the glass bubble and seemingly taking him out. Dr. O is seemingly riddled with bullet holes while Norman looks on maniacally smiling. Yeah, you can have fun with the fucking art on this page. You are pure evil, Dr. Octopussy, and your kind has no place in either Empire City or the wastelands below. So on behalf of all my constituents, go to hell and stay a while. All the drones and spotlights follow as Dr. O, seemingly as Dr. O, seemingly plummets to his death and down the Tala a la King Kong. SFX of the plummeting crashing. Of the plummeting. This SFX of the plummeting. He's in a crash on the next page. Yes. Go to hell and stay a while. So I like that. You don't need a line on that next one. It's just the fucking his fucking body falling silently dead. Which brings us to page 22. Dr. O could be planning to drop the city, but he first wants to drain it of its resources. Maybe he wants to sink Empire City, which he plans to destroy a la Final Fantasy VII. The lizard is stuck in Dr. O's bunker. It's only a couple of lines, but it's still plenty of notes to use. We keep our notes until the story is finished. So, let's lay out page 22, or let's begin to, and then we'll start mining this next comic book. What we can get out of the fucking kangaroo. Obviously, you can tell Stan Lee needed to take a fucking break from writing Spider-Man. He was just busting out some shit stories. Yada. 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 Wanna get some tushy with you. Alright. Here we go. The Roo. So, okay. Dr. O, chair, and tentacles crash below at the base of the tower of Oscorp Tower as Spider-Man, as the Commissioner and Spider-Man pull up to the scene. Spider-Man and Commissioner Stacy push through the crowd and cops. We see the dead body of Dr. O in the shattered glass pod. There is some sort of recording or buzzing sound coming from the body. Upon closer inspection, we see the body is not Dr. O, as several small nanobots start crawling out of his eyes and nose, and out of his eyes, nose, and mouth. Panning out, we see that this Dr. O was a robot, which melts down, which gives off sparks as the nanobots leave the body to self-destruct. Right? Is that what we're doing? No. Damn it. The tentacles then extend and plug into a communications jack, which then plugs into the mainframe of the city's broadcast. We got to figure that out. It's got to grab onto something. But I like how we're laying it out. We're laying it out right now. This will kind of probably bleed into page 23 if it goes in long enough, but we'll see. See how it plays out. Let's mine the comic book, lay out the dialogue, and this class is over. All right. The coming of the fucking kangaroo. Why the fuck is the kangaroo a storyline? We've never heard from this fucking guy ever again. I think this is his first and only fucking appearance. Peter's going to pick up Aunt May. J. Jonah Jameson's yelling at him. He's pissed off. He says, "You motherfucker, I dropped my fucking cigar." He's got a change in the baggage room. Comes on down, bumps into a porter. Nearly knocks another guy over. He sees Aunt May. He's got a fever. This asshole's getting off the train. Here in the city, we got to put the cuffs on you. Sorry to do this regulation. So the kangaroo's going to be deported, eh? I'm not good enough to stay here, huh? I don't care who makes the law. No one's pushing me around again. He just got loose. The stupid fucking kangaroo just got loose. Now, of course, Spider-Man can't just let it the fuck go. Maybe something in the air I breathe. The water I drank back in Australia. I remember how I'd spend me vacation studying roos. The way they jump, if only a man could learn. I could keep up with any of them. In the corner of the kangaroo, he became a wrestler. But he was drop-kicking motherfuckers and hurting them. He got thrown out of the sport because I think he killed somebody. So now he's the Roo, the kangaroo. Peter's staying there. He's chilling out with Aunt May. He's always fucking sick. It's really annoying. When this guy's done, a jar of deadly live bacteria. The fuck are we doing with deadly live bacteria? Well, the kangaroo's going to get his hands on some deadly live bacteria, mate. The fucking Roo. He's jumping like a fucking kangaroo. Are you kidding me with this fucking story? This story sucks my ass. I hope Peter kicks the fucking kangaroo in the balls and knocks him fucking unconscious. He rips his jacket off, puts a web dummy in his place. He's got to waste all this web shit because he won't just tell fucking Aunt May that he's fucking Spider-Man. So now he's got to go beat up the stupid asshole kangaroo, drop him with a fucking power bomb. He kicks the ball, he kicks his ass, he kicks his face, punches him in the fucking pink, punches him in the fucking stink. And there we go. This stupid one-off fucking villain. She flips out because she sees a web dummy in the bed. She has a fucking heart attack. So now he wasted web. She still passes out. Aunt May's a pain in the fucking ass. Power bomb, jackknife. 1, 2, 3. Get away from it all. There's fucking bacteria here. Get away from the bacteria. Holy shit. Aunt May's passed out. No matter what the fuck I do, I'm always fucking things up. I hate being Spider-Man. Spider-Man hates being me. Now, Electro's gonna fuck some shit up next. Ugh. Goddamn allergies. Oof. Maybe I'm just allergic to cannabis. Alright. I hated that issue. It's a fucking one-off fighting some stupid wrestler asshole with fucking bacteria on the line. There's not much we can use there other than for some fighting, maybe make fun of a fucking kangaroo. We know where we're going with the story. We're just hoping to get something from these issues to use. So what do we got? We haven't seen Electro in a long fucking time. Dr. Rowe's chairs and tentacles crash below at the base of Oscorp Towers. The Commissioner and Spider-Man pull up to the scene. As effects of the crashing. Spider-Man will say, looks like we're going to have to go with Plan B. We're going to have to go with Plan B, Commissioner. Fucking allergies. Looks like we're going to have to go with Plan B, Commissioner. Great Caesar's Ghost. Let's put Great Caesar's Ghost first. Gotta get that in there. Commissioner Stacy. Great Caesar's Great Caesar's Ghost, Spider-Man will say. Looks like we're going to have to go with Plan B, Commissioner. Spider-Man Commissioner Stacy pushed through the crowd and cops. Several cops try to grab Spider-Man, but the Commissioner stops them. Okay, boys. Back off. Okay, boys. He's in my custody. It's okay, boys, in my custody. Back off. It's okay, boys, he's in my custody. Back off. Like it, it's quick, it's to the point. Let's get to the next panel. We see the dead body of Dr. Rowe in the shattered glass pod. There's some sort of recording or buzzing sound coming from the body. As effects of the light buzzing. It's a hell of a way. That's a hell of a way to go out. That's a hell of a way to go out. This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense, Commissioner. The the doctor had a plan. The doctor considered himself a meticulous planner. A meticulous planner. The doctor considered himself a meticulous planner. This doesn't make any sense, Commissioner. The doctor considered himself a meticulous planner. He wouldn't have jumped the gun. He wouldn't have jumped the gun on this. He wouldn't have jumped the gun on this. Not after waiting. Not after waiting so long. This doesn't make any sense, Commissioner. The doctor considered himself a meticulous planner. He wouldn't have. He wouldn't have jumped the gun on this. Not after waiting so long. He wouldn't have. He wouldn't have. He wouldn't have jumped the gun on this. Not after waiting so long. You speak as if you know this man. I know what motivate. Do you hear that? I know what motivate. Do you hear that? What? There's a buzzing. Upon closer inspection, we see the body is not Dr. O, as several small nanobots start crawling out of his eyes, nose, and mouth. Almost like cybernetic roaches. SFX of the cybernetic roaches escaping Dr. O's body. SFX of the cybernetic roaches escaping Dr. O's body. Upon closer inspection, we see the body is not Dr. O, as several small nanobots start crawling out of his eyes, nose, and mouth, almost like cybernetic roaches. Spiderman will say, something is coming out of the doctor's eyes. Peter will say, or Spiderman will say, that's no doctor. That's a robot. That's no doctor. That's a robot. Panning out, we see that this Dr. O is a robot, which gives off sparks. The nanobots leave the body to self-destruct. Everyone scatters. That's no doctor. That's a robot. Everyone scatters. SFX of the sparks and scattering. We need lines there. Panning out, we see that this Dr. O is a robot, which gives off sparks as the nanobots leave the body to self-destruct. I mean, Dr. O could be talking here. That's no doctor. That's a robot. I like this. We got to have Dr. O talk here. Everyone scatters as we hear the voice of Dr. O. Gives us spark, not to leave as the nanobots give way to the tentacles that are sparking back to life. Everyone scatters as we hear the voice of Dr. O. There we go. That's what I want. All right. All right, let's do this. You are correct, Spider-Man. It is unfortunate that I cannot be there in person for this moment. It is unfortunate I cannot be there in person for this moment. But as always, the mayor cannot be trusted. Ladies and gentlemen, but as always, the mayor cannot be trusted. The tentacles then extend and plug into a communications jack, which then plugs into the main frame of the city's broadcast tower. No. The tentacles then extend and plug into the communications jack of Oscorp Tower, which plugs into the mainframe as it takes over all of the screens around the tower. Around and on the tower. Ah! The tentacles then extend and plug into the communications jack of Oscorp Tower. No, the tentacles shouldn't do that. It shouldn't be the tentacles. Because it should be the fucking nanobots. Which give off spark is the nanobots leap out and spread. Panning out, we see that this Dr. O is a robot, which gives us spark as the nanobots leap out and spread around the crowd to take their strategic positions. Everyone scatters as we hear the voice of Dr. O. Perfect. You are correct, Spiderman. It is unfortunate that I cannot be there in person for this moment, but as always, the mayor cannot be trusted. The tentacles then extend, not tentacles. The nanobots plug into the communications jack of Oscorp Tower, which plugs into the main frame as it takes over all the screens around and on the tower. Tower. Panel 6. The nanobots plug into the communications jack of Oscorp Tower, which plugs into the main frame as it takes over all the screens and around. We then see the screens start to show the various executions of the Sinister Six from Dr. O's archives. You don't have to show the full screens, just pieces and the crowd gathered around reacting. There we go. You got plenty to fill out in that fucking panel right there. One little taunt from Dr. O. This fucking page is done. Your mayor, your chosen savior, is a callous, what's the line that fucking, goddamn, what did Tywin say to Tyrion? Your mayor, your chosen savior, your mayor, your chosen leader. Is no more than a callous than a callous con artist. A goblin is no more than a callous con artist. He is no man of science. He is a murderer, a monster, a goblin, a goblin who calls himself a god, a goblin who dares to play God. Your mayor, your chosen leader, is no more than a calloused con artist. He is no man of science. He is a murderer. He has brought forth no innovations. Your mayor, your chosen leader, is no more than a callous con artist. He is no man of science. He has brought forth no innovations. He is a murderer, a monster, a goblin who dares to play God with those who had forged his wings. A goblin who dares to play God with those who had forged his wings. He is a murderer, a monster, a goblin who dares to play God, who dared to play God with those who had forged his wings. I love that line, with those who had forged his wings. A goblin who dared to play God with those who had forged his wings. Now, we got 2 pages left in this story. We're done for today. We got one class left. Pages 23 and 24 will be the final class. So we can start bleeding into this page here. We have the doctor, just exposed him, put all the screens up, showed the death of the Sinister Six. So now what I'm thinking is, when we bleed into the next page, let's just set it all up for tomorrow. Set it all up right now. Let's do the boring part now. Because we can start setting up 23 for the next class right now. So we know what to do when we turn the damn cameras back on. Doo-doo. All right. So we just had the screens have just been put on. What I'm thinking is the mayor's office could suddenly explode, giving the impression that Dr. O is responsible when perhaps Norman rigged it to pin the blame on the doctor while secretly escaping, using the Goblin glider. Something to think about. We need to set up, basically, these last 2 pages sets up our final chapter, which again, it looks like we're setting up a showdown here between fucking Spider-Man and Dr. O. Dr. O could threaten Spider-Man. Or perhaps threaten to tax the city. Like Dr. O can almost have like a humanitarian kind of thing going on. A Robin Hood thing, you know? Robin Hood thing. He could be collecting for the Wasteland. For his mates. We have to set it up. We have to set up. We have to set up the final chapter, which will be the showdown between Spider-Man and Dr. O. Perhaps Norman will get involved as well, or be saved for a future story. So what we got to do here again, when we come back to our final class, the last 2 pages of chapter 3, we got to use to help set up chapter 4, while still making a nice conclusion. I like our conclusion here. They thought everybody's playing tricks. You know, we did the old Doombot trick. So now the mayor's been exposed, and as the mayor's getting exposed, maybe he blows up his fucking office. And maybe Dr. Octopus takes over the office and starts taxing the people. Or we can open up with that. We got to think of our ending. So that's what we got for our last class. We'll save Electro. We'll do some mining. And I hope you enjoyed yourself tonight. May fate and faith decide your fortune if you should make some money or enjoy these books, buy a textbook, or contribute to the latest Faro's Lounge Kickstarter. Peace, love, and war. All that shit in between.